All right, another spark and another build. The weave is open. Today we're tackling the absolute heart of the game. The singular defining entity of your entire deck. We're talking about the Titan card.
This isn't just another card in your deck. In fact, it's not in your deck at all. It's the soul, the engine. It's your avatar on the battlefield. And it's the very first thing your opponent sees. It is the anchor dash for every strategy you will ever build.
Exactly. The Titan is a permanent presence, face up in its own special area, the Forge Zone. From the moment the game begins. It's not shuffled in. It can't be discarded. It's always there, defining your resource type, your core playstyle, and the entire thematic feel of your game.
Think of it as the master craftsperson standing beside the forge. Every tool you use, every structure you build, and every spark of energy you generate flows through them. It's the origin point for everything. But first, to anyone new to the Forge, we are quickly going to teach you how to play. Take it away, Tulin.
Thank you, Tatiana. So how do you play Tools and Titans? Easy. Draw your cards, charge your energy, build your field, act with your powers, clash with your Titans, end your turn. 6 steps. One epic battle. Now then, we're going to break the Titan card down completely. Not just the what, but the why and the how. How do these mythic beings dictate the flow of battle? And how do you choose the right one to forge your path to victory?
Okay, so let's get into the mechanics. Every Titan card has a few core stats. The first and most important is Craft Power,
or CP. This is basically the Titan's heartbeat, right? It determines the strength of their actions, the cost of your cards, and even your control over the board. A high CP Titan feels completely different from a low CP one.
It's the entire rhythm of your deck. A Titan like Masonics the Stonemason might have a CP of 9. This means he enables powerful, expensive structures late in the game. Playing him feels deliberate, defensive, like building a fortress brick by brick. Your early game is slow, but your late game is an unshakable wall.
And a low CP Titan, like Shivvolt, the Corrupted Spark, who might have a CP of 4. Playing him feels frantic, chaotic. You can play lots of cheap, aggressive tool cards right from the start. You're trying to win fast, a flurry of attacks, before his low craft power gets outpaced by bigger threats.
Precisely. The CP is the pace. Then you have the structure threshold, or ST. This is the minimum number of structure cards you need on the field to unlock your Titan's most powerful abilities, or even trigger its ascension.
So it's not just a passive stat block. The Titan demands you build a specific kind of board. You can't just throw creatures at your opponent. You have to build your workshop.
And it creates strategic tension. A Titan might have a passive ability that activates with just 2 structures on the field, but its game-winning ascension, the evolution into its higher form, might require 5 or more. You're constantly deciding whether to push for that ultimate goal or use the power you have now.
Which brings us to the Ascension trigger. It's not just about building a few walls. Each Titan has a unique, narrative-driven trigger.
Completely unique. For Celeridan, the goal is patience. Her ascension might trigger after you've chosen to skip your clash phase 3 times, symbolizing her storing massive solar energy. For Fusio the Welder, it might require you to successfully use his fusion ability on 3 different tools, showing his mastery of combination.
And a corrupted Rustborn? Their triggers would be darker. Maybe Chiovolt, Valara's corrupted form, ascends only after your own structures have been destroyed multiple times, thriving on chaos and ruin. It's a strategic goal that tells a story.
Finally, all of this is tied to Weave Affinity, an elemental tie to forces like Spark, Ember, or the Green Weave of Life. This affinity can empower your cards, or sometimes limit your deck building to stay within your Titan's domain. It ensures every deck has a focused, thematic identity.
So let's walk through how a Titan actually interacts with a turn. It's always there, in the Forge Zone. What is it doing?
It's doing everything even when it's just sitting there. During your charge phase, it's the focal point. It might have a passive ability like gain 1 extra charge token if you control a blue weave structure. It dictates how you gather your power.
And then you get to the action phase. This is where you might see activated abilities on the Titan itself, right? Things you can trigger by paying a cost.
Exactly. A Titan like Draftor might have an ability that says, pay 2 charge, draw a card, then put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. It lets you filter your hand, digging for the combo pieces you need. It makes your Titan feel alive, an active participant in your strategy.
And what about combat? In the clash phase?
They are the master craftspeople, not usually the frontline brawlers. However, many card effects can allow a Titan to enter the clash, a high-risk, high-reward move. Some rivalry decks in particular are built around forcing a Titan-on-Titan confrontation, which is always a spectacular game-ending moment.
So from start to finish, the Titan is overseeing the entire board. It's the lens through which you play your entire turn.
Every Titan turn, draw, charge, building, act, clash, end, 6 steps, infinite ways to forge your victory.
Okay, this brings us to the core strategy. Choosing your Titan is choosing your path. Let's break down the major archetypes. First, aggro.
Aggro is for players who want to win and win now. You're looking at Titans like Fusio the Welder or the Corrupted Chivolt. Fusio's strategy revolves around fusion, mechanically combining 2 tool cards into a single temporary high-power weapon for a massive attack. But this comes at a cost. Overuse can inflict Rustshock, damaging your own Titan. His lore reflects this. He was a Titan of unity, whose obsession with forcing things together led to meltdown.
Then there's the opposite, control. This is for the patient strategist, the chess player. Titans like Lakara or Solaritan. Solaritan's entire playstyle is about absorbing pressure. Her abilities reward you for not attacking, for building your energy reserves. The win condition is often a single, unstoppable late-game task card that you've spent the whole game powering up. It's a victory of endurance.
Next is mid-range, or what many call construct decks. The master of this is Masonics, the stonemason. This isn't about speed or a single knockout blow. It's about value. It's about building a board of structures that is so efficient, so resilient, that your opponent simply cannot keep up. Your structures protect each other, generate resources, and eventually overwhelm the field through sheer presence.
And finally, the most complex archetype, combo. Titans like Drafter, the Architect, or Voltessence, the Electrician. Their goal is to assemble a specific combination of cards, an engine that creates a loop. Maybe it lets them draw their entire deck, or generate infinite charge, or lock the opponent out of the game completely. It's a high-wire act, vulnerable to disruption, but incredibly satisfying when it works.
So your choice is fundamental. Do you want to be the raging fire of Fusio, the patient son of Solaritan, the unbreachable wall of Masonics, or the brilliant machine of Drafter? Your Titan is the blueprint for your deck.
This all sounds amazing, but it leads to a key point. The Titan's greatest strength is also its greatest weakness. It's always accessible, but it's also always predictable.
And that's the beautiful mind game of tools and Titans. From turn 1, I see your Titan. I know your plan. If I see you've chosen Solaritan, I know I have to apply pressure immediately. I need to play aggressive cards, force you to use your resources on defense, and never let you have the breathing room you need to build up that massive energy reserve. I need structure removal, and I need it fast.
And if I see you play the Corrupted Chivolt, I know you thrive on chaos and rust damage. So I might switch to a strategy that benefits from taking small hits. I'll use cards that have effects like, when this structure takes damage, I gain a resource. I can turn your own strategy against you.
Exactly. A Titan without the right support, without its tools, without its charge generation, can become inert. A powerful engine with no fuel. This makes the early game a critical struggle to enable your strategy while disabling your opponents.
So let's bring this all home. What does the Titan truly represent?
It's the soul of the deck. It's the anchor for the game's designers, who use the Titans to shape the narrative and the meta with each new release. And for the player, it's a commitment. It's your visual identity, your mechanical focus, and your path to victory all in one.
It operates from the Forge Zone, a place of permanence, a stable ground you build everything else upon. And its ascension is the climax of your deck's story.
And why is it so crucial? Because without it, the deck has no soul. It's a pile of cards with no purpose. The Titan defines your construction logic, your resource curve, and your deck's very identity.
Each Titan is a lesson, every rivalry, a reflection, and every deck, a story waiting to be played. It's not just about winning or losing. It's about how you choose to create or to destroy.
The Titan card is more than the heart of your deck. It's a mirror. It reflects your strategy, your philosophy, and the trade you choose to master in the world of Tools and Titans.
In every match of Tools and Titans, your tradecraft unfolds in 6 simple moves: draw, charge, building, act, clash, end.
Simplicity for the novice, mastery for the Titan.